Life is super freaking hard, especially in this modern era with all the craziness happening in the world. It's easy for that stuff to infiltrate our vessels, our minds, and cause us to feel this disruption in who we are, how we define ourselves, right? But we do have a lot of power. We have a lot of power in our holistic health. Our holistic health, what does holistic mean? Well, it's embodying these 8 dimensions of wellness. And these 8 dimensions each play a significant role in your unique life. And so in this video, I'm going to be diving full throttle into the 8 dimensions of wellness and how certain modalities that I've utilized in my life can be applied to yours to support you in these areas, because we have our spiritual, our intellectual, our emotional, our environmental, our physical, we have our occupational, our financial, and last but not least, our social. So if we are not taking advantage of each and every one of these, then we're going to start feeling this disruption, this lack of ease, this lack of harmony, this dis-ease erupt. And so if we can really prioritize each and every one of these dimensions in some form or fashion on a daily basis, we're going to feel that fruitfulness come in, that energy, we're going to feel that vibrance and that direction and where we want to go in life. So stay tuned in this video if you want to find out what these 8 dimensions of wellness are and some of the modalities I use in my personal life that have helped me tremendously and guided me towards that holistic health and that optimized essence. What's up, guys? It's Christian Van Camp here, and in this video we're going to be jumping into some fun things all about the holistic health wellness dimensional wheel. And you can look at it this way: if you have all these different 8 dimensions of wellness put in like kind of pie slices, right? If we take out a couple of those that are commonly neglected, let's say it's our physical health, let's say it's our intellectual, we're riding dirty on our bicycle, but we have those 2 chunks taken out, right? It's riding smooth because we're doing great with our spiritual, we're doing great with all these different areas. But if we hit that area of physical health not being prioritized, or our intellectual health not being prioritized, we're going to feel that bump in the road, and we're going to start feeling that catch up on us because that momentum picks up real quick. So we have to prioritize these different areas in order to feel fulfilled in our daily life. Now, it's almost impossible, at least in my perspective as a human being in this modern era, to have perfect balance among all these different dimensions. But the goal isn't to optimize all of them all at once. The goal is to be resilient with it, right? So if we're having issues with our relationships, let's say, let's start prioritizing that and maybe take a little bit away from the physical health. But the thing is, if we start prioritizing our social health and our relationships, it may actually help our physical health. So everything's interconnected. It's really wild, guys. And that goes back to a systems approach being the biggest flaw in our Western civilization. We go to a doctor. We tell them we're having GI issues. They'll send us to a gastroenterologist. This happened to me. I was constipated for 5 days. They sent me to a GI specialist. What did he do? He prescribed me a ton of laxatives to get rid of that constipation for 5 days. Did nothing but brought me a lot of fatigue, brought me a lot of worry. It didn't address the root cause, which was actually stress from other aspects of my life. It wasn't just the GI that was the issue. It was the stress causing issues with the GI. So we have to take a massive consideration in these areas, because real wellness is not about the absence of illness. It is not about the absence of disease. It's about living optimally and living fruitfully. So that being said, let's jump right in. What is the number one we're going to start with? We're going to start off with emotional wellness, okay? This involves being very aware of our feelings and not just neglecting them and tossing them aside. A lot of us men are notorious for this, where we get into the work grind, and we tend to neglect how we truly feel about these certain aspects of our life. And that ends up billowing up. And that therefore can cause cancer, which is a common thing. It can cause a lot of health issues over time without our awareness put towards this emotional wellness. So this awareness gives you a better understanding of how you can respond to your feelings. It's all about the response, right? It's all about how we react in life in general. It's not about what comes in, it's about our reaction to it, right? Life is about like 5% of what happens to us and 95% of how we react to it. So taking time to quiet your mind from all the crazy stimuli. In this day-to-day age, we are constantly bombarded by tech. We're constantly bombarded by flipping through our phone, YouTube, right? Instagram, all these different platforms. Communication's so quick and swift. We need to center ourselves in our natural realm internally by shutting off those lights and quieting our mind to reflect. Smiling and laughing, that's another part of it that is so important for our emotional wellness. Just let loose, laugh, smile. Even if you purposely smile, even though you may not be happy, it triggers those responses in the body. The physical body says a lot about our emotional wellness. And so everything is interconnected, right? Another thing you can do is seek support. Reach out to someone. Ask for help. It doesn't make you weak, but it shows courage and strength when you ask for help. It's so important to ask for help when it is truly needed. Another thing is sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone that you trust, right? If you have people in your life you're having a lack of trust with right now, don't talk to them about your problems or something that you're having with the relationship. I'm dealing with that right now in a current relationship. And it's not going to address anything with the person that doesn't have that emotional trajectory for you. So go to people that you can trust and fill in that area that could really use that nourishment. Practice gratitude. Every single day I am journaling 5 minutes minimum and journaling about what I'm grateful for. It could be the thing closest to me in the room. It could be a person in interaction I had recently. Write something that's grateful. Grateful and gratitude practice is so important. Right when you wake up in the morning. Breathe in bed. Give gratitude for your vessel. You're breathing. You're alive right now, right? Accept mistakes and use that as some fuel to move forward, right? Use those mistakes to move forward. Learn from them, apply them, and use that for your emotional health. Take care of your body. Eating healthy foods, being active, that helps out with your emotional health, right? This goes back to everything being interconnected. Our physical health has a direct connection to our emotional health. Be kind to yourself. There's no need to be hard on yourself. If you're hard on yourself for fucking up, whether it's eating the wrong foods, opting for the Snickers when you know you should have had that grass-fed beef and that liver with with the blueberries and things, right? Don't be hard on yourself. Move on, learn from those mistakes. So that is number 1 right there, guys, is emotional wellness. Let's move on to number 2. We'll start off with the occupational wellness. Are you satisfied with your current job and what you're doing as an occupation? If you're not, well, maybe start thinking about that. Is this not bringing me that fulfillment? I know I can do something great. I know I can be a creator. We are all creators and entrepreneurs deep down. So take advantage of creating something. What are you good at? Write down a list of things you're really good at right now already. You don't have to get good at them now. If you're already good at things, write them down and start applying them more in your daily life. Maybe those things that you're good at can be applied as an occupation in the future if you work towards it every day. Reflect often, right? Where do you find joy and meaning in life? Keep an open mind at all times. This is a big part of the occupational wellness as well. If we're not keeping an open mind and we're kind of closed-minded on things, it's a law of attraction, baby. You're going to have some more closed-minded shit come in. Take advantage of any kind of career help. So if let's say you're interested in health and wellness like I am, reach out to me. I'd be happy to share with you how I got to where I am now as a coach or where I'm at right now with my health. Seek out mentors. Seek out people that can guide you in certain areas in your life that can support you in these endeavors and in these certain industries that you may be passionate about. If it's art, find someone that's already at a certain point and learn from them. Invest in them, right? Money is limitless, guys. Use that money and divert it towards things that will truly bring that energy in later on. And just really work with other people in those industries. That will help the most. Build those connections in those areas that you're passionate about in that certain occupation. If you're tired of your job, think about that and do something about it because that's a big part of your wellness. Number 3 is intellectual wellness, right? And this encourages us to be creative, to do mentally stimulating activities, things that are challenging that we want to learn more about, right? This goes back to kind of the occupational as well. So for me, I'm passionate about nutrition. I'm always reading different books. I'm challenging my brain to learn as much as I can about nutrition. Fitness goes for the same. I'm always learning different dynamic movements, watching constant videos on how to optimize certain movement patterns, right? And how I can do the same to help others. Intellectual wellness can be developed through academics. It can be through cultural involvement, so getting yourself in those areas of community. And finding hobbies that can expand that knowledge and those skills. So this goes back to it again. Listening more than speaking. We got 2 ears and 1 mouth. use those ears as much as possible. That will build that intellect. It will pull in energy versus trying to just spray a bunch of things to people that you may already know. Learning, constantly being creative is a big part of living a long life. Take a class outside of your major if you're in school right now and you're not really passionate about some of these classes. Take something that's outside of it, that's in that kind of creative realm, if that will suit you. Read a book every day, 10 pages minimum. If you read a 300-page book a month just by reading 10 pages a day, right? It's crazy. It's a compound effect with things. Moving along, we got environmental wellness, right? This is leading a lifestyle that is helping nature, but also helping yourself. So it's building a relationship with your community, with people around your area. It's building a relationship with nature, getting out in the environment more, right? How's your environmental wellness? Are you getting out in nature? Are you getting sun every day? Are you getting grounded in your feet and grounded in the earth? Those are some ideas right there. It's having a respect for all the different species and all the different things in your environment. Pick up trash. When you see trash is lying around, people are littering, pick that up. Feels good to pick that up and throw it away. If you're on a hike and you see trash, pick it up, put it in your backpack, throw it away later. Spend time outdoors as much as possible. You know, instead of taking your car, you can bike, you can walk, use reusable bags, be sustainable as much as possible and eco-friendly, reduce plastic use, stop using plastic water bottles once and throwing them away. Start utilizing a reusable water bottle that's stainless steel or glass. Recycle as best you can. Be mindful of your water use. Are you drinking tap water or are you filtering your water? Right? Go to the farmer's market. Stop shopping at Walmart the best you can. Your energy, your money's diverted into areas that are maybe not supporting the environment. You've got to think about the greater good in these aspects. Unplug from technology as best you can and get your tush outside and start moving and playing in the sun with friends. Right? All these different areas right here will help a ton. Let's move along to financial wellness, right? We all know how important this is nowadays because a lot of us are struggling financially, right? It's so important. It's learning how to successfully manage your expenses because we have a lot of control of where we're putting our money. Where are you putting your money right now? Just think about that for a second. Are you putting your money towards things that bring you a lot of instant gratification? Are you putting your money towards things that can build your health, right? So you can foster your financial wellness by starting with these small changes, right? Instead of just going out to Starbucks to buy your coffee, maybe start buying some organic coffee and make a French press at home. That, over time, will save you a ton of money. And it'll also be better for your health. You know, utilize different resources. I use Mint to understand exactly where my spending's going. It's a great app. INTUIT, Mint. It connects to my bank account. I can see exactly where my expenses are going. Am I spending too much in this area? Am I spending too little in this area? What is really going to help? Maybe start a savings account. That might help you. Start putting your money in cryptocurrency, right? Get that out of that fiat. That might support you as well. So plan ahead, set a budget, and you know, if you're going grocery shopping, for instance, make a list of exactly what you need. Don't go through the middle of the aisles where you're going to start picking up the Cheetos and things. Do you really need that? That $3 to $4 bag of Cheetos, is that really going to help you with your financial wellness and also the other wellness dimensions? Probably not. Ask these questions. Do I really need this? Is this really going to support me in my life? So that's our financial wellness. Let's move along to physical. Of course, we know what physical wellness is. It's being able to endure stress, right? It's being able to be resilient with stress and maintaining a quality of life that we can get out of in our daily activities. So we can, you know, undo the fatigue and unlock that resiliency. So physical wellness, these are your habits you're doing on a daily basis, right? Are you walking consistently throughout the day? You know, the metric of 10,000 steps, that's aim for 15. That's just walk a ton. You know, get that movement throughout the day. If you're sitting on your laptop or computer for hours on end, is that going to support your physical wellness? Probably not. They say sitting is the new smoking. Maybe. But if you get a floor desk, it might help with the hips, right? Take those breaks every 30 minutes. The POMODORO technique is a great way to go about it. Look that up, the POMODORO technique. So use the stairs instead of an escalator, right? If you're able to, take the longer distance away from the grocery store instead of parking right up to it if there's a spot open. Eat foods that make you feel good. Don't eat foods that build that dopamine good. Eat foods that make your physical fortitude go up, right? This could be a ton of things. Some things that come to mind are some grass-fed, sustainably grown meats, chock full of things, organ meats, right? Some superfoods like spirulina, chlorella, blueberries, antioxidants. Prioritize those foods because that will give you that physical nourishment, that wellness, right? This is what this channel is prioritizing the most, is physical wellness. And so keep watching. Sleep is a big one, right? Are you sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night? Not only that, but are you sleeping deep? It's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality as well. Okay, now we got social wellness, guys. Social wellness, we went over this a little bit. How are your relationships? Are you feeling fulfilled in your relationships? Are you feeling troubled? Why? Is it because of you, or is it because of the other person? Is that person bringing you up, or are they pulling you down? You're staying at that monotony, right? Go through these questions. Reflect on yourself and your social needs. Is your love language fitting that partner you're with right now? If it isn't, and you're noticing these things, stop living with that person. Stop, spending time with them. And you're going to have to cut ties, and it's going to hurt. But you can do so in a very mature way, in a loving way. And think about it this way too. Your family. Let's say your family isn't resonating with a lot of things you're doing. Or they aren't necessarily supporting you in your endeavors. That's okay. That's okay. Once you start, actions speak louder than words. Once you start putting those actions out and you start living that happiness and in that abundance mindset, your inner circle will come into play, and your family will start seeing that, and they'll start loving you more, and they'll start respecting you more. Join a club that inspires you. Join an organization. Go to the gym more. If you want to be in person, that can help you out, right? In this day and age, social wellness is one of the biggest ones that's plummeting, and it's causing a whole host of issues. It's probably the #1 killer right now with all the stress markers on people. So take advantage of your social wellness. Find a supportive team. Find your dream team. And the only way you can do that is by connecting with people and being honest with yourself. What do you really enjoy in life? Start practicing exactly what you need. I also love to just, I think this year is going to be a big part of my social wellness is joining a jiu-jitsu gym. I'm really excited about that. So I'm looking forward to meeting a community of people, learning from them, knowing I'm not the strongest guy there, and I will get my ass whooped quite a bit. That's something right there. You build that bond with those people, right? Volunteering's great. If you just want to get out of the house, volunteer for something that you really love. For me, the environment's a big one. So picking up litter would be something cool. You become the 5 people you spend the most time with. Last but not least, icing on the cake is our spiritual wellness, right? What does spiritual wellness mean? It's being able to have an in-tune harmony with our inner selves. This realm of wellness gives us meaning to life. It gives us a higher sense of purpose. It gives us a direction and where we want to go. So one of my favorite things to do with my clients is establish your core values. What are your core values in life? For me, I've mentioned this multiple times, the environment's #1. I'm so passionate about the environment. I'm passionate about nature and sustainability and eco-friendliness and reducing plastic. I have a huge passion for that. Protecting animals, protecting trees, and utilizing biodegradable, composting. Those things I have a huge passion for. So that's one of my core values. Alongside that is community. I love bringing people together. I find that's one of my greatest things is being able to communicate and bring people together and be a leader. And I love that. Another one would be, a big part of that would be just like the overall passion I have for health. That's a huge part of it, right? And that's why I'm making this YouTube video. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing nowadays, is because I have a huge passion for health. How do I connect all those core values together? And how do I segment that into my why statement, my purpose statement? Every day I wake up and I say, I'm here to guide and support people to live a happy, healthy, free-spirited, and goofy life. Simple, elegant, to the point. I'm here to guide and support people to live a happy, healthy, free-spirited, and goofy life. It doesn't have to be complex. Find something that you can default to that will bring you that rejuvenation. Another part of that is exploring your inner self by meditating, right? It doesn't have to be 20 minutes on a propped up all posture and breathing in this way, right? Crisscross applesauce. No, you can lie down. You can do this right before bed, in your bed. Take some time to meditate and do a mindful relaxation. Going back to what I said earlier, we're bombarded by a lot of shit. So take time to come inward. Be curious, right? I mentioned curiosity already. If we start losing curiosity, we're losing touch with our inner child. We're all freaking children in adult bodies here. Start being a child more. Play around, right? Have fun with people. Joke. Move around all freaking weird, right? That's what children do. Be a child. Find something that you can look up to. Find a sense of your God, your source, right? Something, a word, whatever it is, God, source, energy, whatever it is that brings you fulfillment. Go back to that. every time you're feeling down. And lately I've been feeling pretty down the past couple days, so I'm going back to God. I'm going back to that source and channeling it and being like, I need you right now. I need your guidance. I need your support. Please guide me through that. People that tend to have a religious practice tend to live longer than most of other people. It's in the blue zones. Travel, right? Build your spiritual wellness by traveling and seeing other cultures. That's a big part of it. That's a big part of your spirit and understanding yourself more is by meeting other people. So that is all the 8 dimensions of wellness, guys. I know it's a lot. It almost seems like, where do I start with all this? But I just gave you a foundation on things you can apply in your daily life that can really help you move forward if you're feeling stuck in a rut in some of these areas. Whether it is your social, maybe it is your intellectual, maybe it is, your physical health is kind of feeling deteriorated. Follow some of these things, right? And if you need more help in these areas, don't hesitate to reach out, right? Feel free to connect with me on Instagram at CVC Wellness. Any of these things, I'm here to support you on your crazy health hike, okay? So get out there, have a good life, have a good holistic life, take care of yourself. You are the true human setting up your legacy. No one else has control over your life but you. And we have to hold on to that. No more excuses, no more victim mindset. Let's be a victor here, right? Let's be a victor of our own lives. And if you found some benefit on this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon. It helps me expand all this great stuff to other people. So I'll see you on the other side.